Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Turn 3 Racing Network. As tonight we are here at the big, bad, the beautiful lady that we all know as Talladega for the OP Racing Super Speedway Series as they present the Halfway 250, 94 laps here at Talladega, marking the halfway point of the regular season. We have already seen multiple winners. I expect to see nothing different in the second half of the season. On the mic with me here tonight is my good buddy Dave World. Dave, how you doing?
Doing good, KR. Glad to be back here at the track at Talladega, halfway through this OP Racing Super Speedway Series. Drivers already out there qualifying. Going to be a heck of a race tonight, mixing it up a lot. I've seen small little packs out there in happy hour, so it should be a fun, an exciting race for us tonight.
Yeah, they were all practicing in big old groups of drivers, and now they're out there on track by themselves, and we are watching the 38 of Cody Levitt. Right now, he is on the high side on his quick, or getting up the speed lap. He is not yet on his quick lap. That he will drop down this time. We'll see what kind of qualifying time he can turn. Another driver I'm watching, the 28 of Derek Conley. We'll see what kind of lap time he can get. As Conley has been absent from the front of the field here tonight, but not without effort. He just seems to find a way to leave the track early.
Hey, Guy, I'm just now watching the roll off the pit road free of Rod Flag. Guy, you're going to have to watch out to steal that pole, as he's got the most poles so far this year. So look for him to be fast and on top of the charts by the end of his qualifying run.
Last week's race winner, Mark Mann, in the 04 machine. Right now he is scored in 10th place. And he is on the apron, trying to shorten the track up as much as possible. And Mark Mann gonna go across the line. He's gonna move from 10th to 1st. So he is on top, and Derek Conley in the 28 machine is gonna beat him out by 0.005 seconds. Christian Walker in the 12 machine. Right now he is scored in 10th place. Walker working his way through the tri-oval. And across the line he is going to go He's currently in 10th. He's going to move to 8th. Robert Duvendak up into 3rd place. Cody Ober right now in 4th. Mike Schultz rounding out your top 5 for the moment. Several other drivers have not yet turned a lap time. They're out on a track, and James Mayer is one of those drivers in the 95 machine, dropping down in the yellow line this lap. Mayer trying to get all he can, be as smooth on the wheel, keep that car nice and straight, don't scrub off any speed.
And Rod Flagg just now coming to take, well, his first time lap. So it's going to be a little slower as he was up near that wall, going to duck down now into turn 1, down hugging that yellow line. Only 14th with that first lap, as you see right there through the center of 1 and 2. Hugging that yellow line down there on the bottom, trying to keep the shortest distance around the track. See where he can shake out as he makes his way down the backstretch.
Rod Flagg in the 23, working his way through 3 and 4 right now. He's got some stiff competition up at the top, but Rod Flagg has a tendency to put this car on the poles. We'll see if he can do that once again. Now he finds himself near the grass through the tri-oval. He is going to go across the line, and Rod Flagg for the moment has the fastest lap time in a qualifying session.
I don't know what it is about qualifying, but that 23 team, and they are hooked up week in and week out fast all the time.
The 62 of Les Levy running the T-Mail car. You're running a little slow out there tonight. Make sure you hit up Les, and he can boost you. He'll give you a good old boost. Don't lose out. Got I forget what he said, but it's something about he needs more testosterone, so that's why this car just got the paint job he does. He's hoping to get some free testosterone, I guess. I don't know. Well, Dave, any other cars out there qualifying?
Looks like Daniel Harrington's on his first time lap here, still hugging that outside wall. So not looking quite as smooth as some of the other drivers that I've watched on their qualifying runs, but we'll have to wait to see where he shakes out with about 3 minutes left here in qualifying.
Daniel Harrington in the 82 machine right up along the wall. So far, we have had 20 drivers take a time. Les Levy in the 62. He's going to move up to 6th place. A good qualifying time for him. Anthony English, Hunter Reynolds, they're now sitting 1 and 2. Rod Flagg falling to 3rd place. Anthony English really laying down a quick lap time. And Chase Swery in the 11 machine. He is out on track as well. So guys, while qualifying wraps up, as there's just one more car out on the track, we're going to step away, as we like to do here, and play our national anthem.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Turn 3 Racing Network, as tonight we are here at Talladega for the OP Racing Super Speedway Series. These drivers are starting to take to the grid. That means it is time to go through our starting lineup. Row number 1 going to be made up of the 40 of Anthony English and the 26 of Hunter Reynolds. Row number 2 will be a Rod Flag in the 23 and the 28 machine of Derek Conley. Row 3 will be Mark Mann in the 04 machine and Les Levy, oh no, the 62 machine gonna start on the outside at row number 3. Row number 4 will be Rick Sebrands in the 4 machine and the 89 of Kenneth McCullough. Row number 5 will be Robert Duvendak in the 10 machine and the 8 of Cody Ober.
Starting row 6 and 11th position, the 116 of Mike Schultz. David Overstreet in the 02 in 12th. Row number 7, Cody Levitt in the 38 and Douglas Rice in the 35. Row number 8, the 95 of James Mayer in the 07 of Scott Bellum. Row number 9, the 42 of Chris McCullough. Starting 18th, the 11 of Chase Berry. Row 10, the 12 of Tristan Walker. Sorry about that. Followed by the 51 of Travis Elliott.
Row 11 will see the 77 of David Booth and the 82 of Daniel Harrington. Row number 12 will be the 84 of Aspen Belvin and the 2 machine of David McCullough. And row 13, the 52 machine, Sean McCarrick starting shotgun on the field in 25th spot, and Will Weber donating his time tonight as race control. So guys, that is our starting lineup for tonight. Drivers about ready to go through 3 stages. Stage number 1 will end when they cross the start finish line at lap 20. Stage 2 ends at lap 40, and then it's all the way to the end of lap 94. We will have 2 attempts at a green-white checkered available to us. That can only mean, I guess, more laps, more racing action. Don't go anywhere, as we're going to see 250 miles Talladega Super Speedway, door to door, bumper to bumper, nose to tail, and all the other innuendos I can come up with all night long.
Yeah, I can't wait to go 3 wide racing here shortly. These drivers are notorious for the side-by-side 3 wide battles, multiple laps. It's going to be one heck of a show.
Yeah, they've been talking about that in the OP Racing Facebook chat. Never a dull moment there. All right, guys, coming off a turn number 4, pace car peeling down and away. A long wait to the green flag here at Talladega. Anthony English is going to have to temper his patience here for just a moment and get ready to go racing. Can't quite get on the throttle just yet. Man, oh man, when they do, it is going to get loud and wild out here tonight. So Anthony English in the 40 with Hunter Reynolds on his outside. These drivers keeping this field in check very well. The green flag is out, and we are underway here tonight for our halfway 250.
Side by side down into turn 1 is the 40 and the 26. Looks like Rod Flag's gonna push Anthony English clear to the front now, passing the 26 for first and second. Rod Flag jumps to the outside down the backstretch.
Rod Flag in the 23, wasting no time getting his car that clean, fresh air, and he is the first car in that outer lane, as now Hunter Reynolds finds himself tucked in behind that gray and red 23 machine. Mark Mann in the 04, he is right in behind Anthony English. These drivers doing a good job getting up to speed. Everything very calm, cool, and collected for the moment.
Guy we missed last week, if I'm remembering correct, down there, third car inside lane, the 4 of Rick Seabrands, back up front where he belongs. Missed him last week. See if he can overcome missing a week and have a good points day today.
Seabrands tucked in behind Mark Mann in the Batmobile. And Seabrands, as you said, we did miss him last week. He's got a little bit of a points gap that he can deal with. That 4 machine will be a strong contender all race long, as he's got all 4 tires underneath him.
Off of turn 4 a second ago, Scott Bellum, Tristan Walker, James Mayer, all 3 wide back there. That was for 13th through 15th. These drivers just not hesitating. As I said earlier, not scared to go side by side, 3 wide at any point in time. These drivers are top notch and some of the best out there.
We go on board with the 95 of Mayer. Get a good shot out the back of this thing at the 77 of David Booth. Last lap motorsports driver Booth is. He is tucked in right behind Mayer. These guys at the back of the pack, they're running just as hard as the guys at the front. Speaking of running just as hard, Tristan Walker in the 12 machine, he's going to make a move to the outside lane. Looked like 2 of the White Trash Racing teammates were going to go with him, but they decide they're not ready to run that high side just yet. And now the 12 finds himself all alone in that 3rd group.
Looks like a 3rd lane starting to develop right now down the back stretch. The 42 and the 2, I believe, out there leading that. Only 2 cars out there. Not sure they're going to have the momentum to go up there and challenge for some of those top positions unless some of these cars mid-pack with them, like I believe that is Kenneth McCullough right there in the middle in the 89. He can jump outside there. That might be able to push that line forward.
Dave McCullough and Chris McCullough, the 42 and the 2, power moves to the outside lane here. They have charged all the way to the front. Now they find themselves racing for the lead here. They wasted no time working their way through the field. Dave McCullough in the 2 machine, he really started deep in the field, and in just 5 laps, he has gone from 24th to now battling as the 2nd car on that outside lane. So some very solid, very quick moves by the 2 machine, and already he is looking up front.
And here we go, back 3 wide racing. Already the McCullough clan out there leading that 3rd lane. High, wide, and handsome out there. Started to make some ground, now losing it just a little bit. Anthony English leading the field in that center pack. Rod Flag take the lead down the backstretch with a push from the 04 of Mark Mann, last week's winner. Looks like the McCulloughs are falling back just a little bit now.
They are losing some momentum, but an impressive charge to the front nonetheless, as now they're going to find a good bit of speed through the corner as everyone checked up a little bit. They were able to keep their foot in it right around that high side. Meanwhile, up at the front, Anthony English in the 40. He's got a good shove from the 26 of Hunter Reynolds. English is going to clear Rod Flag. He's going to drop down in front of him, and we will have another lead change as the 40 of Anthony English back up front.
Surprisingly there, that middle lane didn't lose that much momentum with that move from Anthony English dropping to the bottom. I thought that may bring that middle lane back, allow the McCullough clan out there on the outside to make up some ground, but those guys in the middle just filled the gaps up and maintained.
Now Hunter Reynolds in the 26 has got some help from the 28 of Derek Conley. They had a good little bit of charge running down the backstretch. Seemed to have stalled out when they got through 3 and 4 here, but down into the front stretch and tri-oval, be watching for Hunter Reynolds to start gaining some momentum, gaining some inches on that 40 machine of Anthony English.
Three wide, about 3 rows deep. They're coming through the center of 1 and 2. I'm just amazed how much these guys go 3 wide, how early, not afraid to stick it in there, but they hold their ground, hold it without having any issues. Caution free coming to lap number 9 here out of 94 OP Racing Super Speedway Series. Anthony English still leading the charge with a push from the 23 of Rod Flag. Hunter Reynolds still hanging tough out there on the outside line.
One driver we know who's not afraid to stick it in there, that's the 62 of Les Levy. He is finding himself kind of right now in the middle of a 3 wide situation, hoping that T-male testosterone booster pulls through for him. He will be able to pull out of this situation and find himself in some clean air. Anthony English in the 40, your race leader. On the 3rd lane is still the 42 of Chris McCullough and the 2 of David McCullough. They have lost the 89 of Kenneth McCullough, as at one point all 3 of them were running nose to tail. 89 machine finds itself dropped to the back for the moment. I will say we do have a 20 car lead pack. Actually, I take that back. Everyone is here in this pack except for the 52 of Sean McCarrick. Sean has been on pit road for the last 7 laps. Not 100% sure what happened to the 52 machine, but he is looking like off to a very rough start. 24th place driver, that is the 38 of Cody Levitt. He is bringing up the tail end of this lead pack.
Coming to the line halfway through this first segment. Drivers, if they're going to start making moves, they're going to start making them in 1 to 2 laps here. Got to keep in mind the fuel strategy. Not sure these guys can go the full stage. So they're going to be mixing it up, trying to get to that bottom lane to get to pit road. Who's saving? Rod Flag with a move to take the lead on the inside in front of Anthony English. Hunter Reynolds still out there in that middle lane, holding strong with a push from the 28 of Derek Connolly, sorry.
Picking up where you left off with tongue twisters, Derek Conley in the 28 machine. He is the second car on the outside lane right now, working with his teammate Hunter Reynolds. Both those guys from the FSR stable, sim racing, or as I like to call them, freaking slow racers. They aren't being too slow right now. They are running 1 and 2 in that middle lane, and now that third lane starting to build a little bit more momentum. Kenneth McCullough Jr. trying to close up to him. White Trash Racing finding itself working that third lane still. Something has gone wrong with the 12 of Tristan Walker. He is off pace, he is slowed, and he is looking to come to pit road this time. So don't know if he has a mechanical issue or what, but very slow for the 12 machine.
Yeah, not quite sure they are. Haven't heard anything on the radio. He was going down the backstretch and then just all of a sudden pulled down onto the apron, so not quite sure what's going on in the 12.
Is getting back up to speed now, so Tristan Walker in the 12 machine. Maybe a little hiccup with something, needed to be reset, flip a switch, away he goes. Plenty of time for him to get caught back up for this race. So time may be running out for him to have a shot at winning this stage. We're looking at about 7 laps left. Rod Flag in the 23 machine. Right now, your race leader. He's got the 40 of Anthony English giving him a good shove. Hunter Reynolds leading the charge in that middle lane. And here comes White Trash Racing up in the third groove here tonight, where they have been running for most of this race. I think they're starting to get the marbles blown off that upper lane.
Yeah, they're definitely moving the cushion, if there is a cushion here at Talladega, right up next to that wall. Chris McCullough hasn't left that outside lane since he originally jumped out there. I know David McCullough's kind of faded back a little, got back to him. Kenneth McCullough back there in the back just a little bit of ways, but coming to their aid. So that McCullough clan holding strong out there on that high line. I think that's the place to be, honestly, for the biggest push and surge. You can get up next to each other and make those pushes at the right time. I think that outside third lane is going to be the way to go. Still side by side for the race lead is Rod Flag and Hunter Reynolds. Looks like Rod Flag's going to have the edge, working their way down about halfway down the backstretch. And inside line, losing a little bit of ground now. Hunter Reynolds pulls back even on entry to 3.
Tristan Walker, after making a stop on pit road, gets back up on the track. He's tucked in now behind some of these cars. He is in danger of losing the lead draft here. However, that caution flag is going to fly in about 5 laps for the end of the stage. Everyone will have to start hitting pit road here in just a lap or two. It is going to be very close on fuel for someone to try and make it to the end of this stage. You would have to have done a lot of saving. I just don't think anyone can make it that far. We've been caution-free this entire stage number 1. And now it looks like the 26 of Hunter Reynolds is starting to build a little momentum in that middle lane.
Through the center of 3 and 4 there that time, David McCullough jumped down to the middle lane, allowing Chris McCullough to come down.
Cody Ober in contact with someone else. The 62 of Les Levy. They are off in the grass, and the caution flag is going to fly.
Yeah, KR, I think that had to do with those green flag pit stops. We go back and take a look at the replay. I believe that was going to involve some of those pitting cars.
Everyone trying to come down pit road. Les Levy and the 8 of Cody Ober. I don't think they were coming to pit road. I think that there was just a miscommunication about who was supposed to be where. They were carrying way too much speed to try to hit pit road. So the 62 and the 8 A little bit of contact, a little bit of issue. The caution flag is going to fly, and I believe that is going to give the stage win to Hunter Reynolds.
Yeah, KR, sometimes like my tongue doesn't work, my eyes don't really work so great either sometimes. Just misjudged what was going on there on the front stretch from my vantage point there, but I wonder with about, I believe it's 4 laps here, if they're going to go back for a green white checkered, so to speak, for the stage end.
I don't believe so, and in fact, race control has just determined that Hunter Reynolds is our winner for stage number 1. So there you go, there's your answer.
Well, one person that might be good for is that 12 of Tristan Walker. Just went 1 lap down. Gonna be able to stay out here, get back on the lead lap, get caught back up with the pack. Was in danger of losing that pack. So this works out to his benefit. We'll have to see if he can do anything with it from here.
All right, Mike Schultz in the 116 machine. He has not yet made a pit stop. See if he comes down pit road this time. The 95 of James Mayer. He has been on and off pit road. He was on pit road when the caution flag came out. He is going to inherit the lead by a good and fortuitous time to hit pit road. Finds himself tucked into second place behind the 116 of Mike Schultz. Expecting to see Schultz try and come down pit road here. I think he maybe has just wanted to lead a lap and make a pit stop here at the last second.
I'm not so sure about that 95. Not sure if he's been on pit road yet or not.
Yeah, he was one of the cars that came down pit road, was on pit road when Les and Cody made contact, so in a good little spot there. All right. Well, while these guys cycling around, let's see if we can't get a quick word in with our stage 1 winner. That is the 26 of Hunter Reynolds. Hunter, you got yours on, bud?
Yes, sir. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing just fine. That 26 machine picking up stage number 1 here. How you doing out there tonight?
Doing good. This racing's been pretty intense so far with the McCulloughs coming up 3 wide, but it's been fun, definitely.
Stage 1 goes almost from start to finish. However, this caution does overlap the stage end, but it will lengthen stage number 2 now. How does this change your strategy for the next stage?
Well, it'll definitely put a pit stop at this stage, whereas before we could almost make it to the end depending on if a caution came out. So we'll just have to plan for it and see what happens, I guess. But yeah.
All right, well, that 26 machine looking very fast here tonight. You started on the front row outside, picking up stage number 1. Any shout outs or thank yous you'd like to give?
Yeah, huge thank you to Derek Conley for painting this paint scheme for me. It looks amazing. All the guys at FSR, OP admins, they do amazing. Green's Rod Shop for coming on this year. Happy birthday to Mr. Brian. Of course, Turn 3, you guys put on a great broadcast.
That is Hunter Reynolds from the FSR stable, picking up stage number 1 here tonight. Hey, these guys getting ready to go racing, but before they do, what do you say we step away for a minute? Guys, we'll be right back after this. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as field is still working its way here under yellow. 40 machine of Anthony English finds himself scored out front. Bear in the 95 did stop. Do have one car off the track, off the track, but sitting on pit road. That is the 52 of Sean McCarrick. Not sure if he's going to be able to make it back out there or not, but that 52 machine is now currently scored 17 laps down in 25th spot. Mike Schultz in the 116 machine. He is now in 24th place. And these drivers, well, they're ready to go back racing. I don't know about you, but I'm ready for stage number 2, Dave.
Yeah, pace car gonna come around this time. Lights will go out. Field will get double file. We'll get ready to go back. Green flag racing on lap 22 here tonight out of 94 for all of these drivers. And I don't think we're gonna have a moment of calmness, I guess is what I'll call it, because I mean, they make it look easy, but I promise you it's a storm out there just brewing. 3 wide, 2 wide, lap after lap. It's bound and determined to happen. When will the big one happen here? Will it happen late? Will it happen here in stage 2? Just have to wait, find out, see what happens.
Well, I do want to get a quick word in, if possible. We can't talk to driver of the 62 machine and get his viewpoint of what happened out there. Les, you got your ears on, buddy?
Hey, Kier, how you doing?
I'm doing just fine. Tell us a little bit about that, first of all, the paint job on your car, and second of all, what happened out there?
Well, let's get by the sponsor first. You know, they want to make sure they're getting their word there. You know, guys, often as they get older, or even younger guys, sometimes have trouble with going slow. You know that deal, KR. And a buddy of mine over at Female Booster told me that often it's low T, low testosterone. So he threw a sponsorship on the car. Hopes helping people make them go fast.
And what was your buddy's name?
Right now I'm thinking about the race. I don't remember. I think I'm still in shock from that wreck.
Well, speaking of the wreck, do you got any insight on what happened there? Were you guys trying to get to pit road, or just a little miscommunication on who was where?
I think it's, you know, I'll take that one on me. I'm the driver. I thought Cody was going in. I could see him in my mirror. Kind of looked like he was heading below the yellow, was there, and I don't know whether he changed his mind or I just blew it, but I'll own up on that one.
All right, well, the 62 looks like not too heavily damaged. Did you have to use a fast repair, or you just got guys with a lot of hammering done?
Well, you know, I got that Chinese pit crew from Panda Express still hanging with me because we can't get them out of the country. You know, they're so backed up at the borders these days. And not only did they repair the car fast, but we actually had no damage from that.
Well, good deal. That T-Mail car looking very solid and straight here tonight. Good luck in the rest of your race.
Sounds good, buddy. Good job on the broadcast. Can't wait to watch the replay.
You're welcome. That is Les Levy in the 62 machine from Last Lap Motorsports. Is his side of the incident, claiming it was his fault, manned up to it, and now Dave, all right, we're getting ready to go back green flag racing.
We are KR, we are these drivers getting bunched up now, coming off of turn 4 here. Pace car will slowly make the left-hand turn here, long ways to get back to the restart box. Gonna see who fires off the best, which line takes over. I don't know. I want to be on that outside line, to be honest. But we're getting ready to find out which lane is the preferred lane. Pace car is off.
Anthony English in the 40. The long wait through the tri-oval here. See the flagman almost the entire time, and now the green flag comes out, and we are back underway for stage number 2 here tonight. English Pulling in front of Mark Mann here. He has got the 4 of Rick Seabrands pushing him. Behind Mark Mann is the 10 of Robert Duvendak. He's lost a little bit of spacing to the 0-4. That is going to cost that outside line a little bit of momentum. And now you can see the inside lane has 3 cars on Mark Mann.
Yeah, almost top 3 able to pull away and put the rest of the field behind him. Looked like in the back on the start, Tristan Walker tried to go up 3 wide. He's now up there 3 wide. Second car in that lane, looking back to the middle line. Anthony English still in charge of this race with the 4 of Rick Seabrands with the push. Mark Mann on the outside to the line. Big push from the 10 of Robert Duvendak to pull that line even, going back down into turn 1.
Through turns 1 and 2, they go side by side. Mark Mann regaining the lost ground he had on the restart. Duvendak now pushing very solidly on his back bumper. And these guys building some momentum and gaining those inches that they need to be able to pull off and down onto the bottom of the racing surface.
Bottom lane still the lane to be in with the most momentum, most cars lined up. This outside lane could get a little bit more organized. Now 3 wide. Looks like, I believe that is Tristan Walker stuffing it into the middle, moving the 77 out of the way, falling in line behind the 28 of Derek Conlon.
Christian Walker wasting no time taking advantage of that wave around he got. He is back on the lead lap, and now he is looking at just a handful of cars in front of him. He is that green and yellow number 12 machine. Finds himself 4th car on that outside lane. So very solid moves on his part to already be up in the top 10 here.
Might be the move of the race. Tristan Walker going to pit lane early, going down a lap, getting a wave around, now inside of the top 10. That is a big swing of circumstances for him, as he's got the 43 of Rod Flagg, as we know, one of the fast cars week in and week out trailing him. That's definitely a car I'd like to look in my rear view and see, as we've got a battle for the lead. The 4 of Rick Seabrands being pushed on the outside lane by the 04 of Mark Mann. Still side by side with Anthony English on the inside line with a good push from the 26 of Hunter Reynolds. Still working their way off of turn 4 side by side. Anthony English with the advantage now, pulling clear of Rick Seabrands in that outside lane.
Christian Walker in the 12, he's going to slice down through the tri-oval down to the bottom lane. He's going to be 3 wide with Cody Ober in the 8 machine all the way upstairs. Rod Flagg in the 23 is the sandwich meat in the middle of that. And now Cody Ober try and tuck in behind Rod Flagg. But it looked like that was the 116 of Mike Schultz pushing Cody Ober in the 8 as they were trying to make that 3rd lane work. And now Rod Flagg is going to move up to the high side. He's going to try the 3rd lane. Doesn't seem to work too well. Everyone kind of fizzles out and back down. And then as I say that, they move right back up to the 3rd lane with Robert Duvendak.
I think these drivers kind of settle in instead of moving around so much. That 3rd lane is going to be the fast lane around. We've seen the McCulloughs make it work lap after lap earlier in stage 1. Looked like we had a couple of drivers not sure if they wanted to be in that middle lane or the 3rd lane. Now, looks like the 8's going to jump out there and lead that 3rd lane. Robert Duvendak down to the middle lane now, as that inside lane just surges forward every time a car switches lane in those 2 outside lanes.
Anthony English in the 40 machine, holding firm on the inside, hugging that yellow line. The 26 of Hunter Reynolds pushing him right now through the tri-oval they go. Mike Schultz up along the wall, losing ground. He was running here on the high side, but had to check up, broke his momentum. Now he's trying to find somewhere to blend in Mike Schultz, after running up front for a moment, finds himself looking for some help, looking for a partner, or just maybe even a gap to fill.
And KR, look there in the middle. Les Levy, sorry, not Cody.
In trouble
Going
now.
fast. Yeah, I'm in trouble now. Going fast. Like he said, his sponsors will help. Well, anybody that needs it, actually. Right back up front after that incident, already up there battling inside, looks like top 7 or so.
Yep, third car in that middle lane. We do have quite the spread here in this lead pack. And in fact, this lead pack, it includes everybody. Cody Levitt in the 38, he is 1.3 seconds behind the race leader. That's how close they are. They are actually closer right now than when they started the race.
And that outside line, still there as we're working lap 29, coming to take lap 30 here out of 94 for the halfway 250 OP Racing Super Speedway Series here on Turn 3 Racing Network. KR, it's been a heck of a night already, and we're only about a third of the way through this thing. Action lap after lap. Still that inside lane, Anthony English leading the charge. Hunter Reynolds hasn't left the top 5 all night long. And our good friend Rick Sebren's back in action, trying to make that outside lane work. Plotted in 3rd position.
Sebren's right now, we look out the back of his machine. These drivers all really just staying very smooth, very steady, not a lot of wiggling going on. That's something that I watch out for week in and week out. As we got drivers hitting pit road, green flag pit stops underway a little bit early, but completely understand why they're doing it.
That is going to mix things up big time. On track still 3 wide was the 40, the 62, and the 04. Rick Sebrands goes to the lead as Anthony English pusher jumped down onto pit road. Not sure Anthony knew he was coming that time by. Let's see how many more cars come this time by.
Rick Sebrands has got the 40 of Anthony English really tucked in tight, pushing very hard, and they are starting to pull away from the field a little bit, but just like a rubber band, the more you pull away, the faster that field is going to catch up to you. And it looks like this time no one's hitting pit road, so only a handful of drivers hit pit road last time around. They are all set to go to the end of this stage here.
It looks like things are going to calm down here for just a couple of laps. That inside line definitely just setting sail right now as the outside lane is falling back. We're at least 7 cars, I believe, in a line down there on that inside lane. So not sure when these guys are going to be looking to come down pit road. No, it's going to be within the next 8 laps, that's for sure. They're not going to be able to make it another 8 laps, but I don't know, maybe this time?
Tanks are starting to get a little light. However, it looks like the 40 of Anthony English taking full advantage of that light tank, trying to run the outside lane by himself. Here comes the 95 of James Mayer. Mayer's got some help from the 77 of David Booth, and they're going to go all the way upstairs. Mayer trying to get out front once again. You know, these guys, they're getting close on fuel, and being in a 3-wide situation when you might be trying to hit pit road is that's going to create some tension.
Tension, that 10 of Robert Duvendak, man. That was a little tense moment there. 3 wide push through the center, pushed Anthony English all the way around the 4 of Rick Sebrands to take the lead back once again, crossing the line this time, lap 34. So Robert Duvendak looking like a strong pusher. Might want to see him when I look in my rear view as well.
Meanwhile, I want to check in on the 26 of Hunter Reynolds. He is leading the charge of everyone that has come down pit road. They are on the lead lap still. They are 38 seconds behind our race leader, the 40 machine of Anthony English. So they got a good shot at taking over the lead here when everyone else breaks for pit road.
Yeah, I think the longer these guys stay out, they're definitely putting themselves into a box to where they're going to have to take just fuel only, in my opinion. Just enough fuel to make it to the end of the stage to try to get out there and have a shot at staying in front of Hunter Reynolds. And that, I believe, what is it, a five or six car group back there, KR?
It is a 6-car group. I believe 7 cars. Sorry, have my shoes on and can't count on my fingers at time.
Well, as long as I can count and you can see, I think we'll be all right. Anthony English, though, still staying out. This lead pack stayed out, I believe it's been about 3 to 4 laps since Hunter Reynolds and his smaller group hit it. Still a few stragglers out there on the outside line. A few drivers trying to squeeze their way in as the 8 of Cody over barely squeezes in right there. That was close to being a caution.
Down the backstretch, Anthony English leading the charge. Right behind him is the 4 Rick Sebrands, Mark Mann in the 04, and the 62 of Wes Beebe. Right now, these guys got to be thinking about pit road here in the next handful of laps. Rick Sebrands pulling it off. Here comes a big group of drivers. And Les Levy in the 62, he is going to stay out and go for another lap.
I believe some of the cars right there in the lead lap, in the lead pack, I should say, were a little bit surprised by some of the moves to go down to pit road. Rick Sebrands was one of the first to pull out. Then Anthony English followed him through. A couple of drivers staying out. The 82 of Daniel Harrington, followed by the 2 car of David McCullough right now. Les Levy down there on the inside lane trying to get to the bumper of the 82. Will this inside pack hit this time by?
We've got 2 groups of drivers, I should say 3 groups of drivers, and this 3rd group of drivers all come down pit road this time, leaving Mike Schultz in the 116 out there all by himself. He's still got a handful of laps he can go. I don't know if he is going to try and make it to the end of this thing on the tank of fuel that he has. But he is out there all by himself, and the numbers are going to be close.
And absolutely that 26 of Hunter Reynolds and his small group motored on past Anthony English and the small bunch he pitted with. Now out front pretty easily. These drivers going to start mixing it up again as Tristan Walters looks to the outside. A lot of cars jump out there with him. That outside line looks like it's got the momentum. Can he get up there and challenge Hunter Reynolds for the lead? After this cycle of green flag pit stops, just as I say that, there's Anthony English and Rick Sebrands coming out of nowhere once again down the backstretch inside lane.
They're going to squeeze on by the McCullough brothers, or not the McCullough brothers, the McCullough duo there of Ken and Chris. And now the 40 of Anthony English sliding on down. Mike Schultz in the 116 machine. He has still got about a 40-second lead. I'm sorry, I was looking at the wrong number. A 32-second lead as we got 1 car in the wall. That is the 26 of Hunter Reynolds. But Mike Schultz, don't forget, he is our race leader. He is backed way down. He's got plenty of time to kill. And he is going to coast across the line. If he is not out of fuel yet, he will be on fumes. And he is going to win the stage in that 116 machine based off of fuel strategy. And I told you it was going to be close. I think he's out of fuel.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to make it back around.
Bringing it home for the rest of these guys. As the caution flag is out, that has got to be one of the wildest things I have seen. Mike Schultz bet it all on a stage 2 win. And he is going to get the stage win, but at what cost? Because he is out of fuel.
I don't know what I would do here with him being out of gas unless he chooses to pull over and tow. These other drivers not going to be able to enter pit road without the risk of a black flag here. So interesting development here with that 116 staying out and getting the stage win, as you said. At what cost, though? I believe he may lose a lap after running out of fuel.
And he is very slow down the backstretch. I don't see how he can make it. And in fact, there he is. He has given up. He has pulled it down to the inside, and he is looking for a ride from the flatbed. That will give the lead to Anthony English as they work to catch up to the pace car.
Something I noticed right there before 116 pulled off. Just, I mean, that was crazy to try. He pulled it off, but that was crazy. But Anthony English and Rick Seabrand, I thought they were pretty much dead in the water to Hunter Reynolds and his group, and just all of a sudden in less than a turn, they went from just behind him to leading. So I was pretty amazed at how fast the 4 and the 10 were able to push the 40 of Anthony English there at the end of that stage.
Well, the field finally is now caught up to the pace car. Nobody has hit pit road yet, so I don't know if the field was officially determined to have been caught up or if they did it just now, and we'll see everyone hit pit road. But what a wild course of events that was. And let's see if we can get a word in with our stage 1 winner. That was the 116 machine of Mike Schultz. Mike, you got your ears on, bud?
Yeah, man, I got you.
Well, you win the stage, but at what cost?
Yeah, it was bonus points, but it's still at 2 minutes of towing here, so I'm gonna already 1 lap down, but we'll get it back. We'll be all right.
All right, Mike. Well, what led you to try this little strategy here? Was it just a decision to go for it, or did you just happen to run the numbers and threw caution to the wind?
I just threw caution to the wind. It really needed stage points. I messed up by not getting them on the last stage, so I just gave it hell. Why not?
Well, the 116 machine still got a minute and a half left of towing to do, so good luck to you in the rest of the race. What a wild stage win. Congratulations on that. Before we let you go, any shout outs or thank yous?
Nope. Just you guys up and doing great. Hopefully Rod Flag and I can get back up front here and get something done.
All right, Mike Schultz, driver of the 116 machine, picking up stage number 2, and pretty much basically an only a way that happens here in OP Racing Speedway Series. I mean, he just decided, yeah, I'm gonna see if I can make it, and he didn't, but he tried.
Well, I mean, he did make it. He did make it. He didn't make it back around to to pit again, but he did make it as the field now, pit road being open, coming down the end of stage 2 there. Anthony English, now your leader after the 116. Ran out of fuel, couldn't get back to pit road, but what that does is that gives him an idea of actually how far he you can stretch it. So now you can kind of gamble and roll the dice at the end of a race, maybe, to get a little better points out of it.
Yeah. Don't forget, we got those good temps at a white checkered sitting in the back pocket of the rule book. Chris McCullough in the 42. He's going to win the race off of pit road with a 2-tire stop. Looks like most everyone else is going to take 4. Ken McCullough Jr. in the 89 machine, he makes a 2-tire stop as well. So a few smatterings of 2 tires, and Chris McCullough gonna win the race off pit road. First one out there. So a little bit of strategy on his part, and now he's gonna be looking at restarting up front.
Yeah, I wonder if he's gonna pick the high line, or are they allowed to pick? Does leader have lane choice here? I believe they do. Correct me if I'm wrong, KR, but he seems pretty comfortable out there in that outside lane, so it'd be interesting to see him down there on the bottom.
Yeah. Chris McCullough, fairly accomplished driver here in the Super Speedway Series, and another league that I watch him in. It wouldn't be unheard of. Ride the bottom lane, but it's gonna be weird. Oh well, we'll see what he's got. But that 40 machine, Anthony English, been solid all race long. So if you're Chris McCullough, you gotta keep that in mind. And then there's the 4 of Rick Seabrands. However, right behind Rick Seabrands, that is the 89 machine. That is Kenneth McCullough. And when these McCulloughs get hooked up, they are very fast as well. So we'll see if that can happen. Lights are still on the pace car. But while we have a chance, we're going to step away and we'll be right back after this.
Racing. You wanted the best, you got them 4 abreast. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Turn 3 Racing Network, as tonight we are here at Talladega for the halfway 250, 94 laps around this big, beautiful lady. And I'll tell you what, Chris McCullough in the 42, he is going to restart on the inside of this field. Anthony English on the 40 machine will be outside of him. And then row number 2 for this restart will be the 4 of Rick Seabrands and the 89 machine of Kenneth McCullough. And I would have thought the 42 would have chose to go with his teammate, but he has elected the inside lane. Nothing wrong with that. Anthony English in the 40, just going to have to restart outside. And then Hunter Reynolds and Robert Duvendak will make up row number 3. Hey, these drivers have had 2 stages completed. Mike Schultz picking up stage number 2, Anthony English picking up stage number 1. That's time to start thinking about winning a race.
Yes, it is, but we've still got close to 47, let's call it, laps left. Pace car lights are out. We are getting ready to go back. Green flag racing. Field is in the hands of the 42 car of Chris McCullough. Down on the inside lane for this restart. Long journey down to the restart box here at Talladega Super Speedway. These drivers all getting ready to get those elbows up and just go hard at it. Looks like Chris McCullough's getting ready to hit the box. They fire off now. The 42 gets a good jump. Anthony English spins the tires just a little bit. Looks like the 89 with a good shove on the 40 down into turn 1, but Chris McCullough still leading the pack with Rick Seabrands right on his bumper. Hunter Reynolds keeping the gap close on the inside line. The middle lane breaking away now just slightly. Robert Duvendak not quite on the bumper of Ken McCullough Jr. And they're still able to stay with that inside line.
The inside lane has a bit of a gap after the 3rd car of Hunter Reynolds. That is the 51 of Travis Elliott. However, the outside lane in the same situation. So we got 3 rows 2 by 2 here. They are trying to pull away from the rest of the field, but just like the rubber band I mentioned earlier, the rest of that field's going to close up on them here pretty quick.
Yes, they are. Looks like the 2 of David McCullough trying that outside 3rd lane, not working out for him just yet on this restart. So those 2 cars, the 2 of David McCullough, and I believe that was Derek Conley with him, falling back to the tail end of this field now as the 42 of Chris McCullough pushed clear. The 40 of Anthony English and Rick Seabrands will follow suit.
Right on board with the 28 machine of Derek Conley. These drivers working their way still very calmly through the trial. The business will start picking up here. Well, this stage. We'll just call it this stage. Oh, as I say that, we already got 3 down on the yellow line. That is the 07 of Scott Bellum. He's going to find a way to save it. However, he's going to lose a whole lot of ground. He does have 3 other cars back there to work with him. So those guys, big moment, big checkup for them. Everyone stays clean-ish. And we're able to keep racing. Mark Mann in the 04. He's going to tuck in right behind the 07 of Scott Bellum and start trying to push him and get back up into this race.
And while all that big action going on in the back, up front, big action as well. 2 or 3 lead changes. The 4 of Rick Seabrand's got loose. Big moment for a lot of cars up there. 3 wide for, I believe that, I don't know, 4th, 5th place there. Anthony English able to take advantage of all of that happening. Don't know how they saved those cars and kept them going straight, but Anthony English back to the point once again, leading that inside lane. But there you see outside Kenneth McCullough Jr. with a push from Douglas Rice. Not quite able to get the lead though.
Well, I have just gotten word from race control. The weatherman is saying that it is going to be a thunderstorm here in about 40 minutes. These drivers are not only racing each other, but now they are racing a 40-minute clock. So that will only intensify what is going on out there as they are trying to jockey for position here. However, I think they could possibly make it if we stay green.
Yeah, hope to stay green, because I'm not sure DW's Vortex. Oh, contact up front.
Ooh, Hunter Reynolds going around. So, guess we're not gonna stay green. James Mayer in the 95, he's got some heavy damage on that machine. Hunter Reynolds, our stage 1 winner, he looks a little tore up. Let's go and check the replay to see what happened. Hunter Reynolds in the 26 going to make a move underneath the 35 of Doug Rice, who washed up. Then Doug Rice tried to fill the gap. Dave McCullough getting involved in that one. Daniel Harrington involved. Not sure, but it looked like the 62 of Les Levy was able to get on the brakes soon enough and avoid any contact. We go on aboard with the T-Mail machine. A little bit of contact with Derek Conley on his left side, but able to avoid heavy contact.
As you mentioned, the possibility of rain, thunderstorms, quite a ways off, but still on the radar of these crew chiefs. It looked like business kind of picked up there really fast those past 2 laps.
40 machine leading the charge onto pit road. Coming down, drivers finding their pit stalls, getting into their pit boxes. Race off of pit road. Looks like the 40 of Anthony English equally on and off pit road. One driver who did not come down pit road, that is the 51 of Travis Elliott. So he is out front. He is credited with leading his first lap of the race.
And someone happy to see that come to receive the lucky dog, I believe, if I'm looking at this correctly here, KR. You know, reading ain't my strong point. So, yeah.
Well, as I figured, that 116 machine is the only car 1 lap down right now. Could we get another quick caution, we would end up back on the lead lap. But we still have 20 cars out on the track. Started 25, Sean McCarrick unable to continue tonight's event. It was a start and park here tonight. Picked up points for starting the race. Then loaded up and has headed on home. 52 machine, 49 laps down. Mike Schultz only 1 lap down, and that is it. Everyone else is on the lead lap. We have 3 drivers who are on the lead lap here tonight.
See, I knew Hooked on Phonics would work. Looks like Travis Elliott in the 51 is hitting pit road this time by. Maybe just staying out trying to get some points for the lead in the lap. So that is going to put the lead back in the hands of Anthony English. And something I'm noticing is something that seems to be a trend so far, at least from what I can tell. 3 out of the top 5 are carrying that rookie banner. Looks like that's going to get changed up as some of them are pitting. Never mind.
Now we still have top 5 that are rookies. In fact, we got 3 in the top 4 that are rookies. Only one that is not a rookie in the top 4. That is the 4 machine of Rick Seabrins. And well, we're riding on board with Rod Flagg. Rod Flagg came into tonight as our points leader. He had a 44-point lead. Excuse me, 44-point lead over Kenneth McCullough. And that lead right now would only grow by about a point as Ken McCullough is sitting in 5th.
Yeah, I'm just, you know, back to the rookie thing real quick, KR. Just not afraid. I mean, that just shows you the confidence that they have in their driving skill as well as the other drivers around them to get out there 2-3 wide, lap after lap, 200 plus miles an hour, and not scared to put it where they need to when they need to.
Ain't scared.
Ain't never scared.
Our stage 1 winner, the 26 of Hunter Reynolds, sustained heavy damage in that last altercation. However, that car looking clean and new. I believe the 26 has had to burn his fast repair. Got some work cut out front for him. He is going to be coming from the back of the field and trying to charge his way up to the front. 95 of James Mayer also had a lot of torn up parts on that race car. Now they're looking all nice and new and pretty. Not necessarily shiny. Definitely very straight right now.
Looking back through the field here, looking back to the 8th position, that would be the 11 of Chase Berry. His car, Pac-Man themed. Wonder if he's gonna try to jump up through the field, or if he's just gonna chill out, maybe ghost around for a little while.
That is Chase Sweary's Blinky paint scheme.
Did you like my jump?
I did. I don't see a lot of Blinky on there. I just see Pac-Man.
Yeah, he's just trying to eat the numbers, it looks like. I don't know.
Well, can't think too hard on it, otherwise my head will start to hurt. Hey, look, the field's double file.
Yeah, we're getting ready to go back green flag racing. As I believe the field now coming down the back stretch. Most of them gonna try to get these gaps a little bit smaller. Rod Flagg just hanging back just a little bit right now. Sure, he's gonna tighten that up as we work our way into turn 3, getting ready to go back green flag racing. When we take lap 55 here, gonna be only 40 laps left. These guys have the potential, KR, here of splitting this, well, the remainder of the laps in half to only have to pit the one time. I wonder if anybody's going to try to possibly stretch it at all or just go ahead and split it right in half. But a caution, change all that.
Caution is going to change all of it in more ways than one. As it stands right now, there's an outside chance that they can get this race in, but another caution would mean that we are definitely going in on time. And man, it is going to be very, very close. In fact, trying to run the numbers in my head right now and keep coming up with potato and it tastes like purple, so not going well.
Definitely not good to be tasting purple there, KR. Might want to go get yourself checked out.
Hey, I'm good. I got a race to watch. Got some racing to talk about. I got good buddy Dave Worrell here. And we're getting ready to go green flag once again. And there it is. Anthony English in the 40 getting on the throttle to 10, and Duvendak doing a little bit better job, and Rod Flag might have something to do with that, as Rod Flag was really pushing Duvendak until he wiggled a little bit, and then that allowed the 40 and the 4 to get a run through turns 1 and 2.
And looks like Les Levy in that 62 didn't get off to a good start, as we have a caution on track.
Caution out on the track, not sure what that was for. Mike Schultz, though, going to be very happy about that. That will put him back on the lead lap. And this will change it from the possibility of making it on laps to we are in a timed event now, as we are looking at just under a half hour for this session wrap up.
With that being said, I wonder if these drivers are just gonna try to log some laps, try to gain back some of this time, possibly work themselves back into the race lap window. I know once you get a good string of cars here, you can make up some time. So these caution laps definitely hurting the cause. Wonder if that's gonna put the idea of safe driving in any of these drivers' heads, as the 4 and 40 of Anthony English and Rick Sebring split the pace car.
Well, I kind of went and did some looking around for what the yellow flag was for. The 8 of Cody Ober on the restart got stacked up accordion style, and he got smushed between two cars. It was not pretty, and he is on pit road. It looks like he is done for the night. Although he was down below the racing surface, I don't know if he was the cause of caution or not. Rod Flag in the 23 machine, he peeled off for pit road, bringing about a 50-50 mix.
And see, I wonder if this call is by the crew chief to come down, get gas, possibly stay out a little bit longer, just in case we cannot fit all the laps in here tonight for the halfway 250. Wonder if that's what the crew chiefs are thinking down there. I know they're a lot smarter than I am, so I'll definitely leave the thinking to them.
28 minutes or so left in this session, and Rod Flag topped off. Still, so if you're lapping around here at 48 seconds when you're under green, we'll call it 48 to 49 seconds. That there's math involved to figure that out.
Let's see. Set carries 1, eat some pie.
Ooh, I like
divide
pie.
it by a square with a triangle. I'm not sure.
I don't know. I know we're not going to get this race in on laps. It will be on time, and I am watching the time very closely, guys. So, and that in our minds, as well as crew chiefs and the drivers will be doing. Race control has informed me the new rule, which I forgot about. Caution was called for any spin that causes large checkups or stops. Yes, caution was thrown for the 8 of Cody Ober. There was a huge accordion effect going on, and unfortunately for him, got smashed. He then got deposited down to the inside wall.
Yeah, going home early is never something that you feel like doing, but a lot of these drivers know what the circumstances are, know what can happen, even with being able to pull a backup out and get back there on track. you can eat up that primary and backup car in a matter of laps, given the wrong circumstances. So I don't know, with it winding down here, I don't know what to do as a driver. If it was me, if I'm not inside the top 5, I'm just gonna try to log some laps and save as much fuel as I can to hopefully be in front when this thing ends.
Drivers cycling around under the yellow as well right now. And Dave, what do you say we take a moment to step away and catch our breath, and we'll be right back, guys, after this. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as the lights have gone out on the Ford Buttstain. The driver was frantically flailing his arms, so I expect to see hit road this time in a broken down, slow vehicle. One car that has not been slow all race long, that is the 40 of Anthony English. He has led 32 laps here tonight, well on the way to leading the most laps. However, he does have the very stout 4 machine of Rick Seabrands right behind him as well. And then the 10 of Robert Dubendak, who is up front running a great race here tonight. We'll see if Dubendak can hold on and get a podium spot here, as we got just about 20 minutes left in this race. Drivers looking at 30 some laps. Or I'm sorry, 34 laps to go in the event. So this will end on time here tonight. Drivers very patiently waiting through the tri-oval for the green flag, and there it is. And back underway we go for what could be the final run to the end here. These drivers getting up to speed. The outside lane has a huge gap to it. Only 3 cars working in that outer lane. Rick Seabrand's in the 4. Is looking out the back of his mirror going, where'd all my help go? Anthony English, meanwhile, is leading a very stout train as these drivers are heading down the backstretch into turn number 3.
But as they enter 3KR, looks like the 4 of Rick Seabrands find some momentum. That outside lane starting to group back up. Christian Walker in the 12, couple cars back now, dips to the bottom. That's going to slow the momentum of that outside lane just a little bit. But Chase Berry still on the bumper of Rick Seabrands trying to get it done. Looks like one of the McCulloughs has jumped outside. That's the 2 car of David McCullough now going 3 wide with the 28 of Derek Conley.
David McCullough and Chris McCullough working that 3rd lane right now. They are not afraid to be up there. Every time we have seen these guys hook up, they have been in that 3rd lane. Chris McCullough, though, when given the chance, restarted on the inside. Now Chase Swery in the 11. He's going to try and pull up in front of the McCulloughs. However, Dave McCullough says no thank you, and he pulls down to the middle lane. He's going to pass him and carry some momentum. Now he moves up to the outside, and they're going to try and take this race lead.
I tell you what, those 2 have got to have been to the Earnhardt School of Air. Because, boy, they put their cars in the right position at the right time, using the momentum from the rear of the field, about halfway in the actually, almost to the lead.
Now Chris McCullough in the 42 uses the same move Dave McCullough did, except for it was on Dave to take that top spot in the outer lane away. Now Chris McCullough leading the charge in that 3rd lane. However, Robert Duvendak in the 10 machine working his way through the field here, or not through the field, but up and down the track. He's got his work cut out for him as he's got the 4 of Rick Seabrands right behind him. Anthony English in the 40 now has a face-full view of the 10 of Duvendak. Meanwhile, the 84 machine, Aspen Belvin, very quietly here tonight has been working his way up to the front. He started 23rd, and right now he finds himself inside the top 5 as the race is starting to wind down. Aspen Belvin starting to find a way to get to the front.
And I was just about to give him a big notice and shout out, because just all of a sudden, where did he come from? Up there inside of the top 5. Oh, little loose there through the tri-oval, almost into the 42 of Chris McCullough. But I mean, Aspen Belvin, man, like seriously, where did he come from? Just out of nowhere, boom, up there battling for the lead, middle, 3 wide. Amazing job tonight.
Duvendak leading the charge on the inside in that 10 machine as he is got the 40 of Anthony English pushing him. Mark Mann in the 04. He is the 3rd car on the inside line. And Mark Mann, who's been at the front of the pack, he has been at the back of the pack, and he has been somewhere in the middle each and every time we check in on him. Here he is once again towards the end of the race, finding a way to get back to the front.
And the McCullough clan out there on the outside, I think they hurt themselves a little. 89 of Ken McCullough ducked down low, went around the other 2 McCulloughs back up in front of them. Looks like it slowed that little push they have on that outside lane down just a little. Now it's starting to grow again as Chris just shoving the bejesus out of Ken there.
Actually, what I think I saw was Robert Duvendak tried to get the momentum from the 4 machine as Rick Seabrands was really starting to charge hard. Duvendak moved up very suddenly, very quickly. It broke the momentum of Rick Seabrands and that inside lane when he did that. That has allowed Kenneth McCullough in the 89 to really gain a lot of ground, but however, that ground was lost as quickly as it was gained.
A lot of maneuvering still going on as we're on lap 66. Now that third lane just falling completely apart. Chris McCullough left out there on his own. And Rick Seabrand's trying to take the middle lane now to the front. Looks like he's going to clear Robert Duvendak, and down to the inside he goes. That's going to leave the 116 and the 89 leading that middle lane. Not a lot of help there. So looks like Robert Duvendak and Rick Seabrands as the 89, I believe, is on pit road.
84 and a lot of other drivers are on to pit road. This could probably be their final pit stop of the race. So Aspen Belvin, the 51 machine of Tristan Walker, or I'm sorry, Travis Elliott, the 12 of Tristan Walker, the 38 at Cody Levitt, all those guys on pit road. But the 4 of Rick Seabrands, he is out front, your race leader. And now Robert Duvendak in the 10, he's going to make a move to his outside. See if he can get back to the front. Rick Seabrands not coming down pit road this time. So it's, ooh, Mike Schultz hard in the wall. Dave McCullough's going to get collected. James Mayer collected. And the caution flag is going to come out, and David McCullough in the 2 torn up once again. The 35 machine of Doug Rice, he's also heavily damaged. He has got smoke billowing out the back of that machine. Well, let's back this up. Let's go to our replay and let's see what happened here. Take one more shot at this replay thing. You see up front, Doug Rice in the 35 got a good clear shot of what's going on. Schultz got turned into the wall, came back down the track, collected everyone around him. So Mike Schultz, after struggling to get back onto the lead lap, finds himself with a heavily damaged race car. Schultz moved up into the 3rd lane. Dave McCullough gave him a little tap, nothing hard there, but unfortunately it was enough to send Schultz spinning in the tri-oval. Several cars got caught up in that one.
And now, KR, this is where the crew chiefs make their money. Some of the drivers you see going down pit road pretty much have no choice but to come and at least get gas, take them to the end. But some of those drivers like Travis Elliott that already pitted, do you leave your driver out there knowing that you already pitted, or you bring them back down, get 4 tires, and just see what you can get? Looks like the majority of them are staying out on track.
You gotta stay out. You've made your pit stop. Should be the final one of the night. Count your blessings that the yellow came out while you were on pit road, because now, because of that, you find yourself clean air.
Years. So, I mean, yeah, looks like these guys are kind of in the catbird seat here. I just like that terminology. I don't know why I use it or where it comes from. I heard Darrell Waltrip say it a lot, so I don't know.
You even know what a catbird?
Yeah, that's one of them cats with wings, right?
Thought that was a gargoyle.
No, I thought I seen it on All Dogs Go to Heaven, though.
I think that was a bat.
Maybe it was Roger Rabbit. I don't know.
Roger. Man, oh man, Roger, what a cartoon goat that was. That That is a throwback there. All right. Well, we are under yellow, so let's see if we can talk to the 51 of Travis Elliott, as he is our race leader right now. Travis, you got your ears on?
Yeah, guys, how you doing?
Oh, doing just fine. The 51 machine finds itself out front here by virtue of a great time to hit pit road. Tell us a little bit about that call.
We've been doing calculations pretty much since the start of, or that last restart at 50, and you know, we've been kind of racing this like an IMSA race almost, because we're not racing against laps, we're racing against weather. So
well, the 51 machine made a perfectly timed pit stop, got it in the box cleanly, got out quickly and efficiently, and here you are, the race leader. What's it going to take to win this thing and hold off a few of your teammates that are back there?
well, I gotta correct you and say it wasn't just me, it was all of JSI and FSR working together to try to figure out when to pit, and executing that pit pretty much perfectly. You know, it's gonna be hard. I think we got a little strategy to try to keep people at bay, though.
All right, well, that 51 about to get very wide very quickly. Time ticking down. Man, good luck to you, Travis. Before we let you go, any shout outs or thank yous?
Shout out to, you know, you guys at Turn 3 for putting on broadcasts for us and giving us some good color commentary about these races. I want to thank our teammates, you know, all of JSI, Kristen, Aspen, Cody Levitt, Chase Berry, Jacob, who's not here, and you know, our kind of friends that pitted with us there at FSR. You know, it's been pretty good. Also, I want to apologize to Cody Ober for getting into him on that weird checkup restart. I didn't mean to do that.
It looked like kind of an accordion effect. A big old checkup happened in front of Cody, but by the time 2 cars back gets involved, it's not pretty. And yeah, Cody went for a spin, but man, Travis, good luck to you in the rest of the race, and nice strategy call so far. There you go, Dave. Teamwork, making it happen for the 51 of Travis Elliott.
Oh, I hate to knock teamwork when it works out, but I think that's the only way you're going to get all those blue ovals up front. Just my opinion, don't shoot me for it, but I'd be surprised if those blue ovals are able to keep that Chevy power behind them after this restart.
Probably got to get out and push across the start-finish line. Speaking of being pushed across the start-finish line, Mike Schultz able to get back out there after I assume he had to have used fast repair. He is back out there. He is in 18th spot. Our stage finds himself in 8th. Our stage 1 winner, the 40 machine, Anthony English, finds himself in 8th place, tucked in behind the 4 Rick Seacrans. So, yeah. Let's if we can get a word in with someone we haven't talked to. Trying to find just a second. All the way down at the bottom from Alliance Motorsports, and that is the 10 machine of Robert Duvendak. Robert, you got your ears on, man?
Yes, I do, sir. How you doing?
I'm doing just fine here tonight. You've had an interesting race so far in that 10, led about 6 laps, and now you find yourself in 10th place. What's it going to take for you to win this thing?
It's going to take all of us at Alliance Motorsports working together to get right back up there to the front.
Alrighty, well, caution comes out, and we're looking at about, I want to say 5 to 10 minutes. Can't quite tell how much time is left, but it is starting to tick down and get close to it. So how hard are you guys going to be charging through the field here?
At this point, I mean, it's kind of up in the air. We got some people saying 5. We got some people showing 9 minutes. So once this green flag drops, I think it's going to be pretty hectic. You're going to have to go from the drop, get to the front, because caution comes out, I think that with the time is pretty much going to be the end. So you got to go.
All right, the 10 machine, Robert Duvendak, saying he's going for it. Any shout outs or thank yous before we let you go?
Absolutely. I would like to thank everyone on Alliance Motorsports. We've been working well together tonight and all season long, and thank you for taking the time out of your night to broadcast for us, and the guys that all run the OP Super Speedway series. I would like to thank them for everything they do for us.
That is the 10 machine of Robert Duvendak from Alliance Motorsports. Finds himself in 10th place for the moment. Time is starting to tick down. It is interesting. He said some people saying 5 minutes, some people saying 9 minutes. But he is correct. Should we get another caution, that would do it either way.
Yeah, with the amount of time it takes, about, I don't know, close to 2 minutes, I believe, around under caution. If there is another caution, I do believe that will end the race. And interesting to hear him say that, you know, you just got to go for it, let it all hang out, let your tongue fly, you know, and just, I don't know, with it being so close on time, I mean, you got to go, but do you risk wrecking it and finishing 18th when you were running 4th?
Yeah, race win. Hello.
If you ain't first, you're last.
There you go. I'm an amateur professional race car driver.
And I mean, you ain't got to press the gas, but it helps.
All right, the 51, Travis Elliott, your race leader, electing the inside line. The 28 of Derek Conley gonna restart on his outside. Conley, one of the FSR drivers, being separated from his teammate, the 26 of Hunter Reynolds. However, the 51 and the 12, hailing from JSI Motorsports, they're going to be able to work together very quickly here. And you heard it from Robert Duvendak. It is all about how fast we can get this done, because it is time to go. They will run this on clock time. When the time is up, that is it. That is what we are being told from race control. See how that plays out, because there were varying numbers handed to us there. Some were saying 5, some were saying 9. That was about 3 minutes ago. So we're about to find out what happens here as the pace car peels off. Ford Mustang getting out of the way so that 2 other Ford Mustangs with a lot more power can get after it. The 51 of Travis Elliott waiting patiently for what will be the final restart of tonight's event. And Elliott, long pause before the drop of the green. And there we go. Green flag is out. Chase Squarey giving a good shot to the 28 machine. And now they are off and racing. And I think that little bump is going to cost Chase and Derek some time here. Meanwhile, the 12 and the 51 really are hooking up. Here comes the 26 of Hunter Reynolds, the 4 of Rick Seabrands. The inside lane have some issues there on the backstretch coming off of 4. They scattered a little bit as the 12 of Christian Walker wanted to make it 3 wide. That allowed Derek Conley in the 28 machine to motor on past the 51.
There you see Chevy Power starting to get together on that outside lane, the 3rd lane out there. Wonder if that's going to be enough to get them by, starting to break apart now, as I believe Tristan Walker's going to lead that lap.
Christian Walker leads his first lap of the race, and it is towards the end of this event. Does he have a shot at holding on to it, as he has got the very fast 40 machine of Anthony English? Now English making a move to the outside here. Does Anthony English have enough help? And it does not look like he does, but Rick Seabrands in the 4 is going to give him a shot, and the 40 had to catch it. Meanwhile, Derek Conley in the 28, he's going to squirt on by the 12 machine, and now Derek Conley back out front.
Yeah, big moment, big moves there. Looked like Anthony English was going to be able to motor past there for a second, and then I don't know what took place, but something happened there. Cars kind of scattered for a second. Now that outside lane starting to build the momentum once again. I'm looking at that 89 of Ken McCullough. I mean, he had this thing, I think, won before that last caution. But there you see now, even on the back stretch, is Tristan Walker trying to take the lead away from the 28 of Derek Connolly as they enter turn 3.
Walker in the green and yellow 12 machine on the outside line. Now we got Chase Swery in the 11 trying to start the third lane, but no one going with him. Now the 40 of Anthony English is going to venture out to the high side. We're 3 wide through the tri-oval. English doing a lot of side drafting. Derek Conley trying to block on the 12. That is going to be a big stack up. That collects Chris McCullough, Duvendak, English. Yellow flag comes out, and that is probably going to give the win to the 51 of Travis Elliott. Have not heard when this race is getting called just yet, but we talked about it with only maybe 8 to 10 minutes left, or less than 8 to 10 minutes left in the race. A caution flag would seal the deal, and that is going to put the 51 of Travis Elliott out front. Let's take a quick look at this replay as Derek Conley was trying to stay out front. Threw a block on the 12 and just wasn't clear. Chris McCullough with nowhere to go plows into the 28. Anthony English getting caught up in it as well. Duvendak getting a piece of it. He had a good view of this little incident.
Okay, KR, and just looking at that, I hope the 12 of Tristan Walker is all right. Sliding hundreds of feet on his lid, flipping, resting upside down. I believe they did get that truck already back on pit road, car on the back of the truck on pit road, but hard, heavy hit for him.
I think he'd be all right, unless he gets motion sickness, and it could be a problem.
And I don't know if he's in VR, he might be bent over right now.
Well, speaking of being bent over, so far I have no words from race control about how many laps are left, how many minutes are left. So everything is up in the air now. 51 machine. Travis Elliott is out front. Second place right now is the 89 of Kenneth McCullough. Hunter Reynolds in the 26 machine. He's sitting third. Rick Seabrands finds himself in fourth place.
And Rick is a little bit beat up, so I think he's just staying out just to the end of this thing here. I don't think we're gonna get back green flag racing, actually.
One car being given the wave around. That is the 95 of James Mayer. The Mayer all torn up, trying to get caught back up to the field. That will put him back onto the lead lap. The 95 has not had a fun night. He has pretty much been involved in almost every caution he could. That car really beat up. But he's not quitting. He's stayed out there. This is the final lap. So, I missed that. But the final lap has been registered. This race will end under caution, even though we had 2 attempts available for a green-white checkered. With the rain coming, that means it is, yeah, it's going to be official. Travis Elliott going to win this thing.
And wouldn't you know it, right when I say something about not being sure if those blue ovals are going to be strong enough, Travis Elliott puts that Roush Performance Ford Mustang to the winner's circle.
To be honest, it did take an act of God to make it happen.
Yeah, but lo and behold, I say they can't do it. They'll get her done.
Well, the 51 of Travis Elliott making his way down the front stretch for the final time. He is going to cross the start-finish line, picking up his first win of the season. Kenneth McCullough Jr. in the 89 will be second, and third place will go to Hunter Reynolds in the 26. Your race winner, as he crosses the start-finish line, starts his celebration a little bit early. He has done it. Race is over, and that is going to do it, folks. Travis Elliott will win tonight's halfway 250 right here at Talladega. Oh, you know what? We gotta do it one more time. Race control just now said the white flag.
Ah,
Yeah.
that's
yeah.
interesting.
One more. We'll take one more shot at it. I'll let you walk this one.
I mean, practice makes perfect, KR.
Yeah, I've done enough practice today. It's your turn.
Yeah, a little bit of premature celebration last time across the line for that 51 of Travis Elliott. This will be the real final lap here for the halfway 250 OP Racing Super Speedway Series. Travis Elliott able to make it through that last caution, the mayhem, working towards the end of this race. Time slowly running out on us here at Talladega. Rain, weather moving in, not going to be able to keep the track. Race control calling the race here. But nonetheless, that blue oval going to victory lane here for his first win of the season. Yet another first time winner for the OP Racing Super Speedway Series. Travis Elliott, that Roush Performance Mustang. I mean, I hate to admit it, but that thing looks nice out there, even with all the rubber along the side of that Mustang. Kenneth McCullough Jr. coming in second here tonight. 26th of Hunter Reynolds, gonna slot in third. Fourth place will be the 4 of Rick Seabrand, limping his machine home as well. And rounding out the top 5, the 11 of Chase Berry, crossing the line to officially be the winner this time. 51 of Travis Elliott. And there you have it. Now it is official. Travis Elliott gonna go around, get some celebrating done. Join up with him here in just a minute.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as the 51 of Travis Elliott declared the race winner in a timed shortened race here tonight. Travis, we got to talk to you right before that last restart, and man, looks like that pit stop, that strategy worked its way out for you. Beautiful race on your end, man. Tell us a little bit about it.
Just first and foremost, I want to thank my entire team. That wasn't really like I don't want to claim that victory just for myself. I want to claim it for my entire team, just because we all worked together to put me in that position, put all of us in that position on that last stop, and just to execute that as best as we could. And FSR, because it's always nice when you have more people pitting with you.
Well, the 51 looking very solid here tonight. Hard to tell, but I don't think there's a scratch on that car. Did you have to use a fast repair?
You can say that, but I did.
Well, that 51 was a great race for you. Great strategy there at the end of it to put you out front in that clean air. And the mayhem happened around you. You found a way through it. Travis, congratulations on your race win.
Thanks, guys.
All right. From the JSI stable, that is your race winner, Travis Elliott. Now it's time to move on to our second place finisher. That is Kenneth McCullough Jr. And Dave?
Yeah, just catching up with Kenneth down here on pit road as he takes his helmet off. Kenneth coming in second. Maybe not the best circumstances ending the race on time. I know you would have liked to get the last couple laps in there, but explain how the race was shaken out for you there. Think you may have been able to make it to the end if that caution hadn't came out.
Yeah, I think so, man. It got a little crazy there at the end. We knew that time was running out, but we had to do something. I'm just glad I didn't get caught up in that big one behind me.
Yeah, and White Trash Racing putting on a heck of a show out there. McCullough boys love that third line, that high line. Is that something you guys practice quite often, or is that just where you feel the most comfort at out there on the track?
Most of the time, nobody's up there, so you pretty much got to go where there's nobody else at if you're going to make it to the front.
I hear you. The old adage of run where they ain't. So, I mean, it worked out well for you boys tonight. You coming away with a second place finish. Before we let you go, Kenneth, once again, great job out there tonight with that second place. You want to give any shout outs, thank yous, love yous, I do's, anything like that?
Yeah, I just want to thank OP. They're doing a hell of a job. Will, he's doing an awesome job himself. And thank my teammates there for helping me through the race.
All right, well, that was your second place finisher, the 89 of Kenneth McCullough Jr. out of the White Trash Racing Stables. Gonna toss it back to KR as I believe he's catching up with your third place finisher.
Our third place finisher was our stage winner, and that was the of Hunter Reynolds. Hunter, buddy, what a race. Nice job.
Thanks, man. Yeah, it was a crazy race. Yeah, thank you.
Stage win, and then a third place finish in what was a time shortened race. Not only that, but things got crazy there in the last lap, or I should say the last green flag lap, and you found a way to squeeze on through and bring it home in third. Tell us a little bit about what you saw up there.
Yeah, I saw Derek was leading, and then he just moved up to block the second lane, and unfortunately, I think he got turned. But yeah, squeezing through there was pretty tough. I was like, if I just go to the bottom, we should be fine, hopefully, and we came out third. So yeah, it's been an awesome night so far. I can't complain at all.
Well, the 26, that blue and white car, got caught up in a few incidents here tonight. Didn't have to burn a fast repair, but you found a way to bring it home in third. Tell us, really, one more time, any shout outs or thank yous?
Yeah, thank you, Greens Rod Shop, for coming on this year. Derek Conley, the paint scheme looks amazing. Thank you. All the OP admins do a great job. And Turn 3, you guys put on an amazing broadcast.
All right, that is Hunter Reynolds, driver of the 26 machine. Brought it home in third place here tonight. What a finish he had. What a race this was. Had a little bit of everything involved in it. And, well, guess it's over. Our timing and scoring is broken. Lightning hit the tower and everything went to, it went elsewhere.
That it indeed did, KR. And yet we had a little bit of everything. Fuel mileage, big ones, rain, anything you can think of, giving us yet another crazy finish here. The OP Racing Super Speedway Series, they never cease to please, or hell, I don't even know what word I'm looking for with that one right there, but they never cease to amaze you. There you go. That's what I'm trying to say.
All right, guys. Well, that is going to do it for us here tonight. Want to give a special shout out and thank you to Dave for joining me. I appreciate the help up here. And guys, don't forget, next week we'll be right back at it again. And until then, we're going to leave you with a great video provided by Derek Conley. And it sums up OP Racing. Guys, until next week, have a good night.
Warning, the following stunts are performed by idiots or under the supervision of stupider idiots. If you attempt to reenact any of these idiotic stunts you will see, you will be left with idiotic scars. Enjoy.
Hi, I'm Alex Green. Welcome to OP Racing.